All right, here we are, second week of Tuesday night Meaty Musings, and I am Dr. Lisa Wiedeman. I've been in practice as an optometric physician for over 30 years. I have been carnivore since 2009, so coming up in another month or two will be my 14-year carniversary. And I am here to just be a support and a hopefully a knowledge base since I've done this for so long. And I would like to help as many as I can to find health and find their really your path in life, as far as we've all come to this and suffered through illnesses, and this way of life can be so healing. And I'm so happy to be able to uh, be part of your lives. And I really appreciate you watching and taking me in to just be, I don't know, I guess a motivating, inspirational representative that this way of eating is sustainable. And it's in the most remarkable way been life changing for me. And I so hope it is also for you. So, hi, I'm looking over in the chat. Wow, Jacqueline's from Puerto Rico. Oh, Tim, hello. Uh, Tim is the husband of my cousin, Carnivore Cousin, over on Instagram. If you follow Carnivore Cousin, and Tim is always awesome. I'm not sure, Tim, how do you know that I'm on here and pop in here all the time? Hello from New Zealand. Love that. Oh, hi, Brandy. I'm going to see Brandy, let me think, in just over a week, because Brandy lives down in Florida, although she's over on the West Coast. She's going to be driving over to the East Coast, where I'm hosting a Florida meetup like I do every year when I come down here. Oh, hi, Jen. I love seeing so many of you. Hi, Cassie from my groups. This is so awesome. So yeah, the Florida meetup is it's turning out to be quite an event. I'm hoping I get the private room, because I think we're up to 26 amazing meat eaters. And so if any of you are hearing about this right now and are close enough to drive, I have people coming up from Miami, people coming over from Tampa, and Port St. Richie, and I don't know, all over from Florida, and I'm so happy. And I have some of my group members who are actually flying in to meet up, and I'm just so thrilled to have you all. Let's see, if you guys want to drop some questions, I'd be happy to discuss. I actually had, oh, hi, Brenda. You never caught me on a live. Cool. So, yeah, if you mark your calendar, I am going to try as diligently as I can. I just decided this might be really a great thing if I come on every week and you all kind of get used to the time and day, if it works for you. And then we'll have a little group of us together chatting it up and talking about any and every topic that you want to bring up, all the way from, I'm looking in there, the SPERTI vitamin D lamp, to how I cook my beef fat cracklings. So JMRP says, you tried the SPERTI vitamin D sun lamp a while back. What was your opinion? I love it. I purchased it with my own money. It was not sent to me to promote at all. I have been let's see. So last year I did it for 2 months and without taking any supplements, and I was not able to get vitamin D in New Jersey in November. No, I did it December and January. And then I tested my vitamin D right before that, and I tested it right after that. And it went up 74%, which I know it sounds like a huge amount, but I'll give you numbers. And I'm going to do a follow-up video. And I know I said in that video I was going to, but I am just inundated with trying to do everything that I would love to be able to do. And it's on the list. But yeah, my vitamin D went from about, I think it was 34 to a 55. If I can't, don't quote me on those. I'm going to put it in. But when I did the calculation, it showed that that was a 74% increase. And so, yeah, I continued to use it now this fall when the vitamin D capability in New Jersey fell very sharply in November. So I started up on it. And, you know, the bulbs last a really, really long time. I think it's like 10,000 hours, and you only do it 5 minutes at a time. So I haven't even thought about if and when, because people say, well, are the bulbs expensive? How often do you have to change them? I'm thinking it'll probably be years before the bulb life is out. But it's not a cheap unit. I do have a code that they gave me to extend to anybody to get, I don't know whether it's 10% off or $50 off. I can't remember, but I will definitely put the code in here. I'm not a proponent of these synthetic vitamin D supplements. From a lot of research I've done, and I'll actually put that link. It's going to take me a little time, but in the show notes here, I'll try to do it by tomorrow, but I'll put the link to a couple different sort of experts on the field. There's a couple podcasts and YouTubes about the vitamin D that you are popping and thinking it's bumping your levels is bumping potentially just a blood indicator level, but not actually the usable form of vitamin D that we need for our immunity. So that's why I like to get it. I mean, ideally, I'd love to be able to say I could come down to Florida every winter, all winter, and get all the vitamin D I need year round, and go back up to New Jersey in the spring and summer. But that's not realistic for me or for many people. I mean, if you live south of the 37th latitude, that's where you'll be able to get year-round vitamin D because of the angle of the sun. But yeah, I think that SPERTI vitamin D lamp is an awesome option. All right, I'm looking over here. Where is the meetup and the date? So Sandy is asking because you're in Florida working on your new property. You want to come too. So it is in Palm Beach Gardens. So it's very close to, it's in Palm Beach County on the East Coast. It is January 22nd. It's, what's today? Tuesday. So it's a week from Sunday, so a couple weeks from now. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. Like I said, I think there's 26 people already, and I've got all sorts of really cool carnivore swag that I give out. I don't have any of it here, but like the silicone bracelets, say CarnivoreDoctor MEATUP. You get little souvenirs, little keychains that say carb sober meat addict on them, and I don't know, all sorts of fun stuff I bring to every meetup just so that you have a little memento. But trust me, walking away from that meetup, any meetup you go to, it's the most amazing, memorable experience that you'll ever have. I know for me it was, and this will be my, I don't know, it's 25th or 26th meetup for me. So I hope you can make it, Sandy. I hope you're not too far away and you'll make the trip. I will put the link here to click on to get all the details of the restaurant and the time. It's 1 o'clock. We're usually there for like 4 hours because everybody gets so in depth in their conversations of sharing with each other and exchanging names and numbers and looking to reconnect. And that's another great reason for these local meetups that I do, is that people can connect with other people doing this fly the freak flag way of eating, which is, I mean, we're not freaky. We're eating the way that we've been intended to eat for millions of years. Everybody else eating all the packaged processed garbage is the ones that are eating like freaks. So at least that's the way I look at it now. I look around and I see what people are putting in their bodies, and I just shake my head and I say, oh, thank God I know better. That used to be me eating junk. So, thanks, Roxanne. Shannon says, my eyesight has gotten better since going carnivore, just half a point, but that was in 6 months. Shannon, that's amazing. And I'm going to say for sure, I love hearing people's testimonials about that, because I just had somebody also write to me. And I've had, I don't know, at least, at least 10 people who have talked about their prescription decreasing over time. So, yeah, it's just another amazing way of realizing that our bodies are intended to heal, and you remove all the toxins, and I mean all of them, and eat healthy, fatty meat, seafood, eggs. You're going to just evolve to health like we're intended to. All right, everyone hit the thumbs up like button. Well, thanks, Julie. I don't even know what that really means for me, but I'm sure it's something good. So go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, guys. I'm a total uh, I don't really know all about the whole algorithm, and I know it's good to have more subscribers, because then more people get notifications and watch your videos more, and that helps. But thanks for reminding people to hit the like button. Oh, we're up to 42 likes. Hello from Texas. Hi, KJ. Are you planning a meetup in Austin during KetoCon? Wow. That's a great question, because I did have a fleeting thought about that. But I'm not so sure, because it's going to kind of be a big whirlwind of flying in, attending the KetoCon, plus being on the women's carnivore panel. So that should be really good. I hope you guys will consider flying in. Austin is supposedly an awesome place to visit. I've not been there yet, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I don't know. It actually, I know it sounds kind of silly, like, oh, I'll just book a restaurant and just tell people when and where, but it's a lot more complicated than that. Restaurants don't want separate tabs. I end up, I pay for it all in one lump, and I have people pay for their meal ahead of time and figure out how many and all that. So, but I will definitely think about that. I have to think hard. And I'll put a link. There's a $50 off the KetoCon ticket. It's a 3-day event. I think I don't want to misspeak in what it includes or doesn't include, but it's got some amazing speakers, and I hope you guys come. And I feel like it's going to be something where people are going to be milling around a lot in between the different speakers and during lunch. And I think there's an exhibit hall, and I'll be milling around, and everybody can come up and say hi, and it'd be great. So, Jen, hi, Jen. I can't wait until the New Jersey meetup in July. Yeah, that's kind of my baby, my prized possession of meetups, because I feel like it's just grown into a really, really amazing gathering of carnivores each year, and so many drive from long distances and fly out and use it as a little trip. It is the Jersey Shore area. It's a beautiful area. And I have to figure out I know Kelly Hogan's coming again, which is awesome. And I have to see what other maybe surprise special guest I'll have be there too. And then, through the whole meal, we're talking with everybody. And then we have, I don't know, it ended up, we each spoke our own experiences. And then we had people come up who really wanted to share their path to this and the changes it's made in their life. And it's just great. You walk away feeling really empowered about this whole thing. All right. I don't want to miss any of your comments here. So, oh, hi from Memphis. Oh, Indiana. Hi, Patricia. And Alabama, Ruth Ann. Uh, okay. Let me see. I'm gonna hi from Virginia Beach. Yeah, I drove down to Florida this time instead of flying. So I think next time I'm gonna try to strategically plan and have meetups along the way. I did have little mini meetups, but I kind of kept them on the hush because I just did them with some special private one-on-ones, uh, coaching clients that I've had for quite a while. And it was really exciting to have a meal with them face to face. Okay, let me keep going. Oh, yeah. So, Brenda, you heard where in Florida? You're in New Orleans, not too far. Uh, so, Shannon says she has lattice degeneration. I've had my eye fixed 3 times. I guess you're talking about probably laser repair. I have been carnivore 6 months. Is this way of eating beneficial for my eye issue? Shannon, I'm going to say what I say to many questions that come in asking, I have this, is carnivore good for that? I have that, is carnivore good for this? And just, I am, from doing this for so long and coaching for literally like 12 years now out of the 14 that I've been doing this, there's not a single thing, and I mean not a single thing that I have come across where it hasn't at least improved it, halted it, or reversed it. And remember what I said, my belief is that removing all the toxins, the sugars, the grains, the seed oils, the processed food, and the nuts, the seeds, and the fruits and the vegetables is going to allow your body to thrive with fatty meat and heal. I mean, do you guys realize how amazing our bodies are? I mean, just think about the structures that our eyes, our teeth, and getting a cut and how it heals. I mean, our bodies are amazing and they are continually trying to get healthy. As hard as you try to feed it Pop Tarts and donuts and Twinkies to shut it down, it's still trying so hard against your choices there. But now that you know better and you're choosing better, I don't. That's why I say when people say, "Well, this feels great. This feels better. Oh my gosh, I'm off this medication. Oh my gosh, I did. This is so much better." But my cholesterol's over here and my doctor's concerned. So, do you really think your body has healed all of these things and showing it in a way where you're reducing medication, you're feeling better, but it's going to attack another organ system, another part of your body, and then cause that to deteriorate? I mean, I'm just throwing this logically out and having you think about this the way I think about it, because we don't know. There's no studies, there's no confirmed, like realistic. You'd have to sequester people into a room and watch because you can't go by people's memory of their food logs. I don't remember halfway. I'm trying to think of what I ate yesterday. I could probably pull out what I ate yesterday, but 2 days ago, well, sometimes I eat repetitive, but no, it's really, really difficult. So the studies aren't there, but I just have faith that I'm not ruining any part of my body by doing this. And you have to just make that decision that, and if you're not sure of it, you need to just keep researching, keep going down the rabbit hole, keep watching podcasts. You do have to be selective who you listen to. I will definitely say that, because you will start getting all sorts of conflicting information. And that's one of the, for sure, it's one of the frustrating things in this whole niche of carnivore, keto. So I think that what you have to do is just keep formulating your own opinion based on your own experience, and you will figure it out. All right. Let me keep going over in your comments. I would love to be able to get to as many as I can. I'm probably for next week's, I'm going to ask ahead of time. Now it's hard over here on for those of you who only do YouTube. Um, I don't know if there, I guess there's not any way for me to actually, no, I could have you drop it in the comment section of this video and I can use that as a way of knowing for a question for next week. But over on Instagram, I'll drop a question box where you can just type it in. It comes up really nicely on a page for me and I'll try to get to as many as I can. Um, oh, hello to Sandy Beach in Sholo, Arizona. I don't know. No, I've never heard of Sholo. Uh, oh, Randall, you wear your silicone bracelet. I love, yeah, I give out those. I have them in all sorts of cool colors, and some of them say different things, but it basically says "Eat meat, get healthy." Carnivore Doctor Meetup, and it's the memento. And I personally got one in, I guess it was the first meetup I went to. Um, Charles Washington hosted it in Philadelphia, and I was 6 months into carnivore in 2009, and one of the attendees had ahead of time thought ahead and made these cool silicone bracelets, and it said, zeroing in on health. Um, yeah, I think it just said zeroing in on health because that was the group that we had all come in from. And I used it as a visual reminder of, kind of like this power in numbers, this tribal feeling of strength of other people who are trying to get healthy, doing the same thing that I'm doing, which is eliminating 90% of what's out there in our world to eat and confining ourselves to this subset of really, really nutritious foods. But yeah, I liked having that. I would wear it and look down at it and just keep reminding myself that I'm doing the right thing. I'm feeling great, and there's others here doing it with me. Let's see. I'm going to keep going and see if I can pick up some more questions here. I think I just got messed up here with my. Sorry, I know this is really not fun to have me do this while you guys are sitting there watching. I'm not completely carnivore, Tanya says, but I'm in the new stage of keto carnivore, but I feel the best after eating simple meats, bacon and eggs, and grass-fed butter. Yeah, so Tanya, just think about what you just wrote there about how great you feel. And the reason why it's really hard to take that next step is you kind of feel like you're taking a step off a cliff, like, oh my gosh, is there any going back to any of that food that I don't really, really want to give up? And is this for real? Am I doing this? Can I do this? There's so many doubts swirling in your head, but it's a process. It's a journey. I probably, yeah, I did the rip the Band-Aid off when I found this, but I had already been dabbling in all sorts of paleo, and I read a book called Schwartzbein Principle, which she basically went into is basically giving up sugar and flour, and that made such a huge impact on me. But didn't really do it all because you could still eat dried apricots were like candy, and things like that were still fair game. Fruits, vegetables. It still kept my my addiction alive to just crave things. So, uh, hey, Dr. Lisa Manuela says, I can't find your glass air fryer recommendations. I remember you reviewed a couple of them. Yeah, the one that I bought and was using and demonstrated in, I think did I do a YouTube live with that? Um, Yeah, so that one I liked it. The only problem so far, and the reason why I'm not really going gung ho saying, "Oh my gosh, this thing's great," because I feel so much healthier not using the non-stick containers, but it did come the bottom grid was metal that it seemed like it was aluminum. I looked all over the box in the manual to see if they had any sort of indication what the metal is, but I'm pretty positive it was aluminum. So I'm looking for either a stainless steel one to fit in there or a ceramic one, an insert grid. I've been using it with nothing, just the glass, but I don't know. I feel like the air fryer, a big part of it is it's circulating around and the fat dropping down, so it gets crispier and cooked faster. But it cooked really well. But the other downside is this particular one that I found, and kept hunting for them. It was only 2.7 quarts, and I like to make, like, double, triple of things when I'm doing my quick air fryer cook. As quick and easy as it is, I like to double, triple, quadruple it so that I put it in the refrigerator cold, so I can just quick grab an easy meal, an easy, like, in between where I don't have time to make something, but I had to head out. I just like to do that. So with that little tiny one, it just pretty much makes a meal for that moment. Um, so I do have that glass air fryer that I did buy in my Amazon favorites, cooking and kitchen essentials list. So I'm pretty positive I put it in there. It's over there. And I'm in the process. It's kind of hard because I'm temporarily in Florida for a little while. So I didn't know if I could get an air fryer shipped to this place that I'm staying in. But I am going to experiment with the ceramic one and a different glass one. And I hope to come up with what I love so I can share it with you and hope that some of you who maybe are at the end of your air fryer life or you've used it for a year or two, but you're like, all right, I'm ready to give up the nonstick, because that POFA and the PTFE, the off gassing, and I don't know, but there's so many things that we can do, and it's so hard to feel like you have to do everything right. And you could say you got to pick your battles. I mean, I wear an Apple Watch. Technically, we're not, the and the AirPods. Sometimes I try to use the wired ones more. You're supposed to turn off the Wi-Fi at night, and I'm just not quite there yet. I'm like, sometimes it's hard enough just really dealing day to day with what we're doing, and I might get there. Hey, I made the step going to a glass air fryer, so let's say thumbs up to that. Um, I tried your hive cut pork belly and brown butter. Both were great, especially the pork belly. Thank you for sharing. Tom, I'm so glad to hear that. I love when people comment that they've watched and made that and loved it because the things that I put on, you notice I don't throw up recipes every week. Number one, it's really hard to get the whole video thing set up and then to edit it. It takes a really long time. But the thing is I really have to have something that I really love and it's really easy to make. And, there's, and a lot of times I got to tell you, like I said before, I get pretty repetitive in what I eat because it's just so quick and easy and it's simple to just like throw ground beef in the air fryer or throw a ribeye from frozen in the air fryer. It's just, I don't know what I would do without the air fryer now, but I do love, love, love making different types of things like the pork belly. And I'm still definitely going to, I do have a couple other recipes that I just need to find the time to record and edit and I'll put up. Amy asked, do you go tanning? So there's a very limited period of time where, yes, I do go a little bit, which happens to be at the end of the whole summer season for me in New Jersey. I have like a 2-month period before I come down here to Florida. And I don't want to get all that tan totally lost because when I come down here, it's like I hit the ground running and I'm out playing golf for 4 hours in the sun. I'm on a boat for 3 hours. I go for a walk for 2 hours. And it's just really good just to keep that base. I don't fear the tanning. I do the stand-up tanning. And people say, what about the melanoma? It's when you eat sugars, grains, and seed oils that you have the inflammation in your skin that causes problems. And um, I'm obviously not giving out medical advice. I'm giving you my own personal, uh, you know, habit, what I do. Uh, I don't abuse it or overuse it. I go once or twice a week just for like a 2-month period, and then that's pretty much it. And then you can look and see some of the tanning beds and the tanning bulbs in them will have UVA and UVB. Sometimes they're just UVA. And so look into that if you're really curious about that whole thing with the hybrid tanning things they have now. And if you can actually get a little beneficial UV vitamin D out of it. Monica says there is a group of us from your Zoom groups that are coming in on Wednesday. If you come in early, oh, so you're saying Monica, you're talking about Austin, right? If you come in early, we could do a meetup before KetoCon starts. Yeah, I think KetoCon, I guess, is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, I guess we could try to do it Thursday and people fly in Wednesday. So I will look into that. Oh, hi, Leslie. Hey, hey. Central New Jersey, Artemis Hunter. Where in Central New Jersey are you? Type that in. I'm a Jersey girl, grew up in Union County in Westfield, New Jersey, and then lived in Colts Neck, New Jersey for 20 years. And now I'm over on the beach. Come to New Orleans. Yeah. Come to my hi from Montana. Hey from Toronto. I know. I really feel like I need to do a Canada meetup too. I have my good friend Suzanne lives up in near Montreal, and I've been really wanting to go up and visit um, and see. I've not been to Montreal, so hey from Toronto. Had the beginning of macular degeneration and it's gone on recent exam. Wow, Marnie Mac. See, that's the stuff I love to hear. And you know what? I think I'm going to do another. I did a visual health live where I concentrate the whole discussion on all sorts of eye issues, and we can talk about uh, all sorts of things: dry eye, cataracts, macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, blepharitis, lattice degeneration, anything and everything that you guys want. And monovision contacts. I always tell people, so I'm 58 and I've had perfect distance vision my whole life. But, usually when you hit your mid to late 40s, early 50s, we gradually lose the ability to focus up close. And so in my non-dominant eye, there's tests to determine which is dominant, non-dominant. The non-dominant eye, I just pop on a contact lens in the morning that has my reading prescription, and I see everything great and I love it. I love sharing that because so many people say to me, oh my gosh, I didn't know about that. And I didn't know maybe I was a candidate for it. My eye doctor never discussed it with me. And they went to their eye doctor after hearing me and told them and said that and got fitted in it and absolutely love it. So I don't know. I would not be without this. I don't want to have the glasses here and put them on and put them on your neck, and then you put them down, you go to another room and now you don't have them, and very frustrating. So pop it on first thing in the morning and pull it out last thing at night. They're great. Just single use throwaways. Hello from San Diego. Hi, Robin Beers. I always keep thinking, oh, you just had your 10-year carniversary. That's awesome. Robin, I don't know. Do I know you from zeroing in on health or anything? Because I think I should know you if you've been a carnivore for 10 years. Do transition lenses interfere with the sunshine absorption in your eyes with regard to vitamin D? Um, well, not in regard to vitamin D. The whole thing with the sunshine into our eyes is for setting circadian rhythm and the neurotransmitter issue with that. And there's retinal ganglion nerve cells that signal back to the pineal gland in the brain. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on that we aren't really typically aware of unless you a scientist and go down that rabbit hole. But our eyes are not there just for vision, which is what you kind of typically think. It's like, well, we look around, we see that's what our eyes are for. But in an incredible way, they are pretty much the sensor for knowing the angle of the sun in the morning, and then also at sunset, and signaling different hormone things. And it's really important. So you should be viewing the sun with no, I mean, I keep hearing and seeing about a couple things about how it's okay to have glasses or contacts on, but glasses, even like the standard polycarbonate plastic lenses that most every prescription eyewear is made out of, filters UV light. And so I don't understand how. I mean, I'm sure it's still obviously getting sunlight in, but I would say ideally you'll just do it with the naked eye before you put glasses or contacts on, because contact lens companies are now touting, woo, we block UV. And I'm like, no, I don't want to wear you then. There are companies that don't block it. I've had people asking me which ones block and which ones don't block. But you know what? It's changed. It changes all the time. And for me to throw out the name of brands, you have to get fit. You guys, you can't just, walk into a store and say, I want this brand. You have to have an eye doctor get a trial of it and check and make sure they move properly on your eyes and all that. So, but you can go in and say, I want a contact that has no UV filtering. Hello from Port Charlotte, Florida. Hi, Loretta. Let's see. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Tim Shell Leo. Okay. Hi from Edgefield, South Carolina. I drove through South Carolina. So Jen says, if carnivore helps improve my -12 prescription at all, I will be amazed. I think it has helped my astigmatism. Wow, you're a -12. Whew. You're in the Coke bottle club, Jen. Sure, you're in contacts. Hi from Fairfax, Virginia. Hi, Tadios. Shannon says, thanks so much. I found it truly amazing. My eyesight is better now. My optometrist was thrilled. At 58, my eye tests were getting worse. Now getting better. Love this way of eating. It is truly amazing. And everybody who comes to this and starts getting to that point of, wow, I feel like I've really got the golden ticket here. Then you just have that point of saying, oh, I wish I found this so many years ago. We all say that. Dot Matrix says, got hold of Alan Carr's book you recommended to get off coffee, 1 week free. Oh, Dot, I am so thrilled for you. I actually, my girlfriend down here, she and her husband are 40-year-long caffeine coffee drinkers, like so many. And I kind of picked up through certain conversations and things said that they wanted to stop the caffeine train. And I said, this book, the audio book is really powerful. I recommend it over the actual book because the narrator is so pleasant to listen to. And it's some of it's a little repetitive, but it's all part of, I've listened to it twice now. It's like an hour and 50 minutes long. And it explains, it's called The Easy Way to Quit Caffeine. I have it in my, Amazon recommended book list, but I really encourage everybody to get the audio of it. Um, and I know, I think 5 people now who on the spot after finishing that, felt the freedom of being free of that toxin. And most people just say, "Oh no, I could never do that. I can't be without my coffee." Well, you know what? It's not healthy, and you're going to keep drinking that day after day, week after week, year after year, decade after decade. And you know what? It has effects on us. It has effects on so many um, systems in our body. And it's not a health food, and it's not natural to have a seed. It's not a bean, it's a seed that's roasted and ground and boiling water passed through. And it's really kind of got a bitter, noxious flavor, which is why we put heavy cream, and many people use sugars or sweeteners. But you got to really think hard. It does definitely do something to your hormones, to your insulin levels, to your brain, to so many, and of course you'll hear a million studies that tout how it decreases your risk of Alzheimer's. Well, you know what? It's a study that's all funded by the coffee industry, where there's probably 18 ill effects the study found, but they found maybe a 2% decrease in Alzheimer's. So that's all that comes out in the headline, and that's all they spout. But there's so much information about how coffee really is not healthy. And I think years from now, it's going to be looked upon like kind of like how cigarettes are now. Like, it's like, duh, you're not supposed to smoke. Everybody knows how horrible that is. And a lot, people really try to get off it in a very serious way. I really think that everybody should give it serious consideration. Cast iron trivet. That's a good idea, Tammy. For my glass. But the problem with this particular one is it's so small. I don't know if they make a trivet that's like 4x4. I think that's what I measured. It really kind of has to be. Will you be on the West Coast anytime in 2023? I'm not sure, Rosie. I keep thinking about coming out and doing a San Diego meetup. I'm going to be out on the West Coast. I got to say right now, I'm supposedly in training for a hike to the top of Mount Whitney out in California. Let's see what I got going to. Look, oh, wait. You see that? Look at my steps today. Pretty proud of myself. I'm training. I'm really trying hard to be consistent, getting a lot of walks in, doing zone 2 training. So you keep your cardio at zone 2, which I've explained before, so I won't get into it here, but to really train my heart to be able to handle a climb like that. So yeah, I'll be out there. I don't know if I'm going to do a meetup out in what's called Lone Pine, which is the base camp for climbing Mount Whitney. But I don't know, maybe wherever I fly into, I could host a lunch. That would be fun. Does a quarter or half cup of lemon juice a day get a carnivore out of ketosis? Thanks. That's a lot of lemon juice, Tadios. Why are you asking about a quarter or a half a cup of lemon juice? What the heck are you putting lemon juice on? Or just drinking it? And why would you drink that much lemon juice? And the best answer to that is just, have a ketone monitor and prick your finger and do your own experiment. Go a week with none and try to eat consistently, and then and test your ketones. And then the next week, have your half a cup a day and measure your ketones every day. That's the easiest way. Because I don't know. I mean, I know there's not many carbs in lemon juice, but I don't have the answer because I don't have any personal experience of drinking that much lemon juice every day. I'm assuming you're not having lemonade. Brenda says, I hate gadgets, but I'm going to get a Ninja 4-quart air fryer. Yeah. So, but my thing now is I guess for going forward, I'm not buying any air fryer. I love the air fryer I have. But it's because it's so easy to clean. I can basically just spray it out. I can put it in the dishwasher, but that's just my part of my thing right now is I gotta go with stainless steel and glass and ceramic and get away from the TOFA and the TFSC, basically the nonstick coatings and the off-gassing that it can do. And yeah, I don't know. Again, it's pick your battles. I've used mine for the past, I don't know, I've had it for like 4 years. So why all of a sudden now? I don't know. We're always peeling back the layers of the onion is what I say. It's like, you got the onion and the outer is you're getting rid of the sugar and the carbs and the grains. And then as you get in and in, it's like getting rid of fragrances, getting rid of, plastics, getting rid of nonstick cookware, using wood utensils, wooden spoons instead of, plastic or even silicone. I've been reading a bit about with high heat. Okay, Maura asked, do you do private coaching? Oh gosh, I have been doing private coaching for so long, and I actually had to, for the first time, uh, shut down my the sign up for it because I am full, and I am hoping to reopen it in maybe February or March, once I get through all of the coaching that I currently have going on. But so send me your email, Maura. I always put my email address in, I believe, all of the, you have to hit the little more button and get the full description under the video, and send me your email and I will put you on the list to get information. So you'll get it as soon as I open it up. Hello from Chicago. Hello, Daryl Gregory. Do you ever use black pepper as well as salt to season your beef? Daryl, I got away from pepper for a couple reasons. And one is, well, I'll take that back. If it's in a mixture of something that I use and like, I don't avoid it. But I don't grind black pepper and actually use extra black pepper. There's different things about the peppercorn that is not ideal. And it's not something that I'm like, oh, I love black pepper. I'm so bummed out. But because I did like pepper, but there's so many other, and then you could say technically there's no spice that is carnivore and that other than salt really isn't carnivore either, right? And there are a lot of people who do not use salt at all. I do. I I don't know. I can't say I don't think I'll ever not use it, but maybe I'll do a 90-day experiment or 100-day experiment with that at some point just to see. But yeah, yeah, black pepper is not high on my list of what I'm using anymore. I season with salt and sometimes mixtures of. I really like Redmond Real Salt has a what's called seasoned salt, and it's got, I don't know, it's probably got paprika. It might have a little red pepper. So I guess in answer to your question, I got to say I don't grind just peppercorns anymore and put a lot of that on my steak. No, but I do still, I'm sure, use pepper in those mixtures. Sandy Beach says, I'm doing World Carnivore Month after Ketovore. Started on January 1st. I eat usually one meal a day, staying full. I don't want to overeat, but loving it so far. Love watching your videos. Oh, thank you, Sandy Beach. Oh, yeah, that's right. You were the one that was from Sholo, Arizona, because now I see your cactus there. Oh yeah, the hot. So she says, I love your hot chicken dip. I am like, that's got to be one of my all-time favorite recipes. It's buffalo chicken magic, and if you haven't tried it, it's so easy to make and it's so unbelievably good. I guarantee if you make it and put it out at a party or bring when you're invited somewhere, somebody's gonna ask you for the recipe. And then I hope you just tell them to go on YouTube and watch it. It's so good. Hello in St. Tammany would love a Louisiana meetup. Yeah, I'm gonna say, gosh, maybe at some point I must get myself back down to New Orleans. Do you recommend collagen for over 70 female? And if so, which kind? Yeah, I mean, I think collagen's a good thing. I think because it's bovine collagen, it's a carnivore to me, approved, acceptable. It's from the animal. Um, I think it'd be great if we could bump up our collagen intake through food by making oxtail or making bone broth with supposedly, I haven't done this one yet with chicken feet, but that produces a ton of collagen. You get this whole gelatin thing by putting them in your bone broth. But um, in any case, yeah, I haven't brought myself to buying that and throwing that in the pot. It's the nails that get me. Um, but so Janet, let me get back to what you asked. And I have been trying different things with collagen because I've read so much about how it's really good for our skin elasticity and our hair and our nails. And, we all don't want to look old. So I want to make sure I get enough collagen. Um, so I will, you know what? I will put a link in the Amazon things. I guess that's probably I'll put a link to the collagen that I've been using. And the way I've been using it is because I gave up totally. I gave up caffeine 10 years ago, but I have been occasionally using decaf coffee because I like it. And so maybe once or twice or 3 or 4 times a week, I might have one sporadically if I'm sitting and doing editing and it's a little chilly and I'm in cold New Jersey in the winter and I want a nice hot beverage. It's not good for us. So I've decided to give it up. And so instead of having that, you can substitute bone broth. But and you can put a scoop of collagen right in with your bone broth too. But I make this hot nog drink, which I first take like a ceramic vessel, or you can do it in a bowl. I put in a tablespoon of butter, and then I put in 8 ounces of boiling water. So the butter is obviously melting. I put in usually like 15 grams of the collagen powder, and I whisk that up. And then I take 1 raw egg yolk and I whisk that in, and it's rather delicious. And if you want, you add a little vanilla extract, a little cinnamon, or just leave it just like it is. But it's a great little substitute for a cup of hot coffee for anybody who wants to listen to that Alan Carr book and give it a go. It's always good to have sort of different tools to use. Let's see. I'm late, but hello from Washington State. Hi, Cindy. Had your ribeye. Love ribeye. The Salt Lick just outside of Austin. Oh, yeah, Cassie. So I'm thinking they have had many meetups out in Austin because Judy Cho's out there, and they were doing it just like at a public picnic or park pavilion thing. And then I think it was a rainy day, so they went to, I think it was called Rudy's. Looked like it was a pretty big barbecue venue to have a meetup at, but I don't know if the Salt Lick could hold, I don't know how many people we'd end up getting there. I mean, I think those Austin meetups ended up being like over 100 people. So I don't know, but I'm gonna definitely think about it. That's in April, so I have a tiny bit of time. Christine says, I made your brown butter bites and they are delicious. I love to do them dark. Me too. So nutty and salty. Put them in the freezer and they come out crunchy. Oh, yeah. And you say better than the fridge. I had somebody write to me and ask, like, do I, you know, put them in the fridge or leave them out after the freezer? I was like, no. I cook them, they go in the freezer, and then I'll pop them out if I've made it into a mold, or if I do it in a big square, I just break it up and then back in the freezer, and I eat them directly from the freezer. I actually absolutely prefer them, and if they are sitting out on the counter for just a touch too long, I'll go back in and get a frozen one and swap it out because I like the chew and the bite of it when it comes out frozen. Nancy Moore said, I made the meaty muffins with pork belly and spicy Italian sausage. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing combination. Just couldn't believe how delicious they are. Even made a couple little pancakes. Love them. Going to make quiche. Yeah, so I have a quiche video up, which is really delicious, and you can vary that. You can do it with lamb and feta, or you can do it with corned beef and Swiss, or or what I call it the kitchen sink. Same thing with those meaty muffins. Let's say I was at a barbecue place and maybe I ordered brisket by the pound and maybe ate 3/4 of it. That other goes right into a meaty muffin recipe. You can put any leftover meats that you have in the fridge right into that muffin, and it freezes so well. It's so delicious reheated, and it's such a quick, easy recipe to make. And oh yeah, I have rave reviews on that. Just go even read in the comments under that video. It's great seeing how many people are making different variations, and just it's one of their favorites. And kids love it. And if you have out of town guests, and let's say somebody's staying over and you're having breakfast the next day, just cook up some bacon and some of these muffins, and all your non-carnivore friends will none be the wiser that you don't serve toast. It's awesome. Um, all right, let's see. Hello from Charlotte, another Louisiana. Hello from Georgia. Yeah, I drove through Georgia. I haven't been to Atlanta other than a layover on a Delta flight once, but I was in Savannah last Thursday. Brandy says, oh, KG says yes to the eye info. Yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe I will do one of these meaty musings. No, I don't know. I want to do another eye one because I put one up and I thought it'd be great to keep doing those too. Brandy says, my eye doctor said I have a freckle in one eye. So that's called a choroidal nevus. He said that he wasn't too concerned about it. What are your thoughts? Yeah, so a choroidal nevus is typically very, very benign, and typically, and it's, let's say the layman's term for you to be able to know what he's saying, he called it a freckle. But a choroidal nevus, a choroid is a layer in our eye that you can get a pigmented, usually well delineated. So I will photo it. We check for change in size and shape and color and elevation and all that. But it's very, very, it's very rare for those to turn cancerous. But it's just something that will get photoed each year, once a year. It's not a big deal. Hello from Canada. Hello, Zero Carb Health and Fitness. Yes, so I see more and more people chiming in about doing the eye issue video. So I just have to figure out, should I do one of these Tuesday night meaty musings and just make one dedicated to ocular visual health and do it like that? Or should I just keep these as Q&As every week? latecomer from Arizona. Hi, Stephanie. Let's see. Yeah, and it would be cool if some of you over in the chat could figure out that you're actually close to each other and drive and meet halfway and have a meaty meal and do meaty musings. Just a touch too long. Can I ask what kind of eyeliner you use? Because I can't seem to find an eyeliner that doesn't make my eyes burn. Yeah, I'll do a post about that. Or you know what? Next week I will bring on the line of eye makeup because there's so much junk in makeup, and there's so many countries that have actually banned ingredients that here in the US they can still put in. And this stuff is really close to your eyes. So there's a eyeliner, a mascara, and a cream eyeshadow sticks formulated by a female ophthalmologist who put out a line, and I don't want to get it wrong, but I'll bring it on next Tuesday, and I'll have the link. I think they gave me a discount link. I love when they do that, so that something that I use and like, that you guys can see if you like it too and get a discount to try it. Let's see. Thanks for your take on coffee. Getting rid of that was your first step in getting rid of your seizures. Wow, Robin, that's pretty incredible. Yeah, I just really, I don't want to be the coffee Gestapo because, like I said, for years I've been still clinging to my little decaf that I have on occasion. And I've said in many, many videos, and it'll be funny because, I've got so many videos and interviews out there, and I talk about how the one thing that I feel was so helpful when I'd be out with a whole group of people and it was out for dinner, and it's the end of the dinner, everybody's getting all sorts of desserts and they're sharing it and passing it and taking bites and it's going around, and I would always get a decaf cappuccino. And then I would sit there and I'd be just talking and enjoying it and feeling like I'm part of the dessert with them. And yeah, and then you could say, well, you could have herbal tea. Yeah, tea is actually worse than coffee. I've heard that from Sophia Clemens, and she's that woman who does the PKD over in Hungary, and they have that real strict protocol. But yeah, her opinion, like they do no eggs, no dairy, no butter, no coffee, no tea. But yeah, hot water is really good, but kind of, yeah, I guess I could just order hot water. I actually really like hot water. I never thought I would, but Archangel says, hey, thanks for the taco seasoning recipe. I use it all the time and it's amazing. Well, thank you, Archangel. I think that was in my taco bowl YouTube video that's on here and on my channel. Oh, do I love that, the whole taco bowl thing. And you can use ground lamb and then put in like a gyro seasoning and sprinkle on feta. But I did put in, yeah, a homemade taco recipe because those taco seasoning packets are no bueno. Don't. They got stuff in there like maltodextrin and blah, blah, blah. And you can make such a delicious, really, really good taco seasoning with just pure ingredients. So, let's see. Ginger Bee says, does the normal for a person taking these specific labs beyond the results so I can tell what I'm lacking in my body? I'm not sure what, wait, I got to back up. I'm missing something up here. Robin says, I was on Zio, but decided to go paleo keto first for a while. 15 years keto, 10 years carnivore. Well, but geez, at least you were fortunate way back then to have come into this. Just tried oxtail today for the first time. So good. Lynn, yes, I love oxtail. I post my oxtail? I just made it last week, I think. And So good. I just throw it in the crock pot, no water, no broth, nothing. Just throw the oxtail in. You can put just salt if you want, or if you tolerate different spices, it's fun to put different. You can put slap your mama, is that kind of kicky spice mixture from. You can get it at Walmart. I know a bunch of people know about it and use it, but that's good on there, or whatever your favorite spice is. And put the lid on. And I usually do 4 hours on high, and then I turn it down to low and do another 4 hours. Oh my gosh, it just falls off the bone, and it makes the most delicious, fatty, juicy, collagenous. There's a lot of collagen that comes off of oxtail. So really, really good. Um, Gosh, you guys, I'm trying to keep up with the chat here. Started the Lion Diet on January 3rd. I feel fantastic doing a 90-day experiment to reap the benefits. That's awesome. Yeah, that's basically ruminant meat and water and salt. That's the Lion Diet. Yeah, slap your mama. Mojo put that in there. Sorry, Ginger, I let the docs order labs and pretty much do my own thing. They're not ready for us yet, my opinion. I season with Redmond salt. So awesome. I gave up coffee, 4 weeks caffeine free. Not sure if I'm feeling any different, but I like that I broke free from the habit. Yeah, it's not all about just feeling different. And I get it that some people say, oh, I gave it up for a month and it didn't make a difference. So right back to the drug they went, right? No, it does a huge, and I say stay off it for a year and then, think about it and how it's so free that you're not getting in line to order it and buy it, or you're not marching yourself into the kitchen because you got to get off the withdrawal and put that drug back in your body. This is not healthy to do. We should not be drinking coffee. This is bizarre that 80% of our population is addicted to it because they were conned into the thought that, oh, boost your energy. The reason you got to take it is to get your energy back where it should be when you're off it. I mean, I haven't had coffee and caffeine in 10 years and my energy is through the roof. No coffee. And coffee is not, we're sold a lie. And there's a big coffee industry that's making billions on all you coffee drinkers. I was one of them. Yeah, I drank coffee all the way through college and grad school. And let's see, could you possibly do a video on hair, face, and skin care and makeup? Yeah, Karen, that's actually a really good idea. I would have to really prep for that because to get everything out and ready and be able to show, and I could show you what I use. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea though. Maybe I will think hard about that. Thank you for that idea, Karen. I've made the buffalo dip often. I've used canned salmon a few times with the chicken. Yum. It's so good. And nobody would ever guess there's salmon in there. And some people start thinking it's like a crab dip and they love it and they're thinking that, but it doesn't. And some people just can't really pinpoint what the flavor is. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't even believe I've already gone over the hour and I'm going to jump off here, but thank you so much for joining. And remember that I'm going to try really hard to be here every Tuesday night at the same time. So I hope you'll join me next week. And thanks for joining. Oh, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.